Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women just like you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our broadcast today. And we say shout out to our brothers that's always holding us down as well and that are always in the digital building. We're so pleased that you have joined us today. Family, just a little bit of housekeeping. You know how we do it, family. You know how we do it. As you come in, family, because we got to get ready to talk about LOME today. LOME. Somebody say LOME. That's our hashtag. I think some of you all that know me well know where I'm getting ready to go with this today. We got to chat on this LOME, LOME. One of y'all can guess what that's all about. I think you can. So we're getting ready to talk about LOME today, beloved. And while you're thinking about that, help me with this housekeeping, family. On the count of three, for those of you that haven't, please come in giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. We ask that you do this to help us to draw other folk into the broadcast today, beloved. And if you're watching us on one of our other affiliate platforms, please like, please share, please subscribe. Would you do that, please? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you so very much. I also want you to know you can text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Please, beloved, know that we have a business school. We believe in empowerment here, economic empowerment for the Black man and the Black woman. And one of the ways we do that is providing a digital school. And you can go to FlyNubian Business and you can learn directly our business owners. Also, yay, tonight is the night. My mastermind class, where each Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm dropping a spiritual or metaphysical jewel. I elaborate on it and I answer your questions. I bless your gift, Ramel. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thank you so much for supporting Black media, beloved. So you want to join that at clubvicky.com. That's clubvicky.com. Still $1 for the entry fee for the first 30 days. I can assure you, you won't regret it. If you're someone that's looking for more purpose and power, this is for you. You know, if you want something that you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done. And this will take you to the next level in your life. Again, if you're looking for two things, more purpose and more power. Clubvicky.com, clubvicky.com. Also, I'm excited about the response for the angel course that I did. This is separate from my weekly mastermind. But the angel course that we did a couple of weeks ago, almost a week and a half or so ago, almost 2 weeks ago, the 2-hour angel course, it was such a hit, you guys, that I'm getting ready to do part 2. Are y'all hearing me today? I'm getting ready to do part 2 at the end of the month, the last Saturday of the month. Once again, 2 p.m. Eastern. Beloved, you don't want to miss this one. So stay tuned for that. I think you'll be able to sign up for that here pretty soon at FlyNubianMastermind.com. So stay tuned for that. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. All right. Thank you so much for your patience with that bit of housekeeping. Thank you so much. Shout out to my Instagram family. Instagram, I want you to get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Instagram, I'm going to need you to get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com because I'm going to need to use this device. Shout out to you, Silent D Production, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Okay, family. So I asked that you put the acronym, the letters LOME in the chat, LOME. Once again, family, we got to deal with this League of Mammies. The League of Mammies strikes again. The League of Mammies strikes again, and we've got to, beloved, have this conversation. We've got to have this conversation. So very important. I say, why do I keep saying M-E? Just L-O-M. L-O-M, this league of mammies. This league of mammies. Let's talk about it. The Dallas chief of police, Renee Hall, the black female chief of police in Dallas, she just recently announced her resignation that's coming up in November. She just recently announced her resignation that's coming up in November. And I want to say to some of us that get very excited about nothing. If you are still getting excited and celebrating when someone says the first black female chief of police, the first black CEO in a company's 5,000-year history, if you're still getting excited, the first news anchor, black news anchor on so and so, baby, you behind. You missing it. That's nothing to write home about, family. Are y'all hearing me today? When white folks decide to finally accept you, that should be a humiliation to you. If white folks taking so long to bring you into the fold, number one, if they're bringing you into their institutions and into their systems, into their matrix, dear family, it's number one, it's because they know you probably better than yourself. They know that you'll be of aid and assistance to white supremacy. That's number one. They know that they can trust you, Abilene. Somebody say Abilene. They know they can trust you, Abilene. You're predictable. You're nobody's revolutionary. You're not going to do anything that's going to overthrow or threaten white supremacy. You can be trusted. You are predictable, and you are as weak can get. You are nothing to fear. You're not going to do anything that's spectacular for the liberation of your people. So they trust you. They're ready to bring you in. And another reason why they're bringing you in at this time after so long, and you Negroes are running around here, you mammies and stuff, you Sambos and bootlicks, you bones and biscuits, you get very excited, those of you that are a part of that community. I didn't say community, the community. You get very excited when they make these kinds of announcements. When in fact, they know that they've set the system up now. They know how to hide whatever secrets and the codes and everything. So when they bring you in, you're not finna level up for real, for real. You just window dressing. And you're the thing that's going to provide them cover. So we have to call these things out. This is just as important because this is a major component. Listen, these bootlicks, you mammies and you the buttery bussy bite brigade brothers, all of this is important to call you all out because you are an essential part of white supremacy. Though the target is the white supremacists and their systems, your insistence on jumping in the way of the target means you get hit, means you get this work. Somebody talk black to me. You were not initially our original focus. But because you were willing to take the bullet for white supremacy, we're going to give you this work and identify you. And indeed, you are expendable. You are absolute nothing to them. So when white folks give you a pat on the back, a Addy boy, they put you on the cover of something. They give you a title and some business cards and stuff. They give you a little Rimmel and stuff, a company credit card. You think you special because white folk told you you special. And you want us to get all excited because your open enemy who raped your mama and sodomized your daddy and set your aunties and uncles' black town on fire. You want us to get excited because they said something good about you. We're telling you slowness is a trick. Now, I always frame my conversations reminding you all of that because some of you all are behind when it comes down to warfare and white supremacy. I always have to supplement my commentary with such statements because some of you funny looking Negroes say slow things like ignorant things like, Vicki, are you attacking one of your own? Vicki, are you bringing about division amongst black people? Yes, I'm bringing about division amongst black folks. Happily, gladly. The same kind of division that's written about in the Holy Book, separating the wheat from the chaff. I'm willfully causing there to be a division. I don't want to have any union with somebody that's a sellout, someone that's committing high treason and that's working with our open enemy. Some of you may not know that this is what you're doing, so we are gracing you with the information to expose it. Some of you know full well, but you still are willing to spread your bed winch legs wide all the way open. Let me just keep it 100% real. Now let's get ready to get into it. Instagram, I need you all to get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com because I need to use this device right now. Instagram, come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Thank you so very much. Again, family, by the way, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Vicki, loving what you're doing. Miss your face. Thank you, beloved. Thank you so much. Now watch this. Watch this, family. The help analogies will never lose its relevance on the Vicki Show because of where we are in warfare. You understand? Are you hearing me? It will never lose its relevance. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm posting this, while I'm doing this, family, please make sure that you come in giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share on the count of 3. Are you ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Now, let me tell you the latest. Let me read for you what she said. Thank you so very much for your patience while I posted that. Again, tonight, I'm doing my mastermind. So I'm going to have to, cut it short. I always say that, don't, and then end up running. So anyway, family, clubvicki.com. You can still join today for $1. Clubvicki.com. Clubvicki.com. Okay, let's get ready to get into it. Here we go. And it's a lot, family. Let me just go ahead and give y'all the heads up right now. It's a lot. It's a lot. I want to remind you that the thoughts and opinions that are expressed here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com and our affiliates are those of my, let me say this again, okay? The thoughts and opinions that are expressed on the Vicki Show are those of my own and not necessarily those of FlyNubianQueenTV.com or our affiliates. Also, dear family, because I'm going to be playing you a little audio video and covering some news. You know, we believe in following the rules and crossing our T's and dotting our I's here. I'm going to need somebody black to talk black to me. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now, let's talk about this. The League of Mammies is a group of dedicated rabid Black females who shamelessly and aggressively, this is from the dictionary, not the dictionary, from the dictionary, who shamelessly and aggressively cape for, stand for white supremacy. Its people, its systems, its ways. And at the same time, they manage to also disrespect Black people. So it's a double whammy with them. So that's the reason why I have very little respect for such individuals. You're not just, as people would call you, a coon, or somebody calling you a bootlick or a Sambo or something like that. You're more than just that. You've leveled up that. You're not content to be, on the lower rung of that, caste system. Somebody talk Black to me. That's not enough for you to just love on white supremacists, to love on white racists, and to believe and assist that system and those individuals. No, you have to, at the same time, you believe in disrespecting your own people at the same time. Somebody talk Black to me. And so you're the reason I have a special and a unique calling as an exorcist. I cast the spirit of mammy out. People, somebody talk Black to me. I help to draw out that inner mammy in you. Are y'all hearing me today? I expose that inner part of you that you may not know that exists. That's my goal, is to get that all out you. I'm doing the Lord's work. Somebody talk Black to me. I know somebody saying, Vic, I ain't never seen no Lord's work. Baby, just follow me. This is the Lord's work. This is the Lord's work that I do. So I've said it many times before, but I help to pull that out of you, your inner mammy. Now watch this. Renee Hall, right? Let me get on with it. Renee Hall. Let me show you a picture of her. She's an attractive sister, but her ways are ugly. Her ways are ugly. This is her here. Thumbs up, family. Come on in, giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Don't forget, at the bottom of your screen, if you would hit the share button, copy it, copy the link, and then paste the link on your social media platforms. Text it, email it out to let folks know that the Vicki Show is on. Don't forget that I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Now, she just recently announced openly, shout out to you, Victor, for your gift, that she was resigning. Here it is. Dallas Police Chief Renee Hall resigns effective at the end of the year, cites a series of unimaginable events. Okay? Now this Renee Hall, shout out to you, Secret, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. This Renee Hall, it says this. Okay, where are we at here? Yes, here we go. It says Dallas City Manager T.C. Broadnax has accepted Dallas Chief Renee Hall's letter of resignation. City Manager Broadnax has alerted members of the Dallas City Council, and Chief Hall has notified her command staff. Chief Hall, 49, has been Dallas Police Chief since September of 2017. She arrived from Detroit, where she has served as Deputy Police Chief. Her tenure in Dallas has been plagued by a rising rate of violent crime. Did y'all hear that? Her tenure in Dallas has been plagued by a rising rate of violent crime. Dallas City Council member and Mayor Eric Johnson have recently been critical of Hall's leadership during the George Floyd protests earlier this summer, which included police arresting hundreds of people who marched onto a city bridge, only to drop charges against them, nearly all of them. In August, the Dallas Police Department issued a report that found it struggled with operational plans, communication, and maintaining a centralized command structure during days of protest. It goes on to say a whole bunch of other stuff here, but listen to this. It says, but the Black Police Association of Dallas said a lot of criticism was unwarranted. It says President Terrence Hopkins calls Hall a progressive chief who moved the department forward. We increase hiring, we increase pay during tenure. So there's a lot of good things that Chief Hall did for the city of Dallas. These past 3 years have been saturated, y'all listen now, with a series of unimaginable events that individually and collectively have never happened in the city of Dallas. I'm proud that this department has not only coped with an unthinkable series of events, but we have also managed to implement critical reforms that were clearly needed for the Dallas Police Department to meet our 21st century, and it looks like it's 21st degree century policing goals. It says that Chief Hall says she's keeping her next career move confidential for now. She was Dallas's first woman police chief. Now, let me tell you all something right now. Let me tell you something. Notice that this publication made it clear that she was in power when there was a rise of violent crime taking place. Now, there's a reason they emphasized that during this piece. Some of you all that willfully take these different positions, you're the fall guy or the fall gal. In many instances, it's a setup. If they've got you for cover and if they've got you in place for them, they can do whatever the heck they're doing behind the scenes, and you are going to take the fall for it. And when you're not being the help enough, when you cease to serve the interest of white supremacy sufficiently, then criticisms come. You begin to be undermined, and you are made the fool, fall gal. And the thing about these kinds of things, dear family, is that it's entirely predictable. I'm going to say it again. The thing about you trying to show out for white folk, how it ends, which is terrible for you. It's entirely predictable, but in the moment, you're hypnotized. You're blinded by the whiteness. You're so blinded by the whiteness, so addicted to the whiteness, so drunk off the whiteness. Nobody can tell you anything differently. Now watch this. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Now that I've made it clear that she's formally resigned, the end of November, she's out. She says that she's keeping her new job prospects quiet for now. I want you to know a few things about Miss Renee Hall. It's too many infractions. She's committed different kinds of anti-Black treason. So I won't go there on all of it because I want to make a larger point about this league of mammies that continues to strike. And every time they strike, I strike back. Somebody talk Black to me. When they strike, I strike. Because of the point of where we are in this war, we don't have all day like that. You feel what I'm saying? So I can't just let it slide. It's too important. I want you to recall something that Miss Renee Hall said not too long ago. Again, we've already read the copyright disclaimer. Thank you for giving us the thumbs up, family, liking and sharing while I cue this. And don't forget, you can take
law firm. Our attorneys are experienced in the complexity.
Not that ad. Keep liking and sharing, family. Thank you so much while this is queuing. It's almost there. As you hit that thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Started in Dallas. Police Chief Renee Hall was at the front of the line. That's her right there. An African-American police chief in a city that also has an African-American mayor.
If we're true with ourselves, this is not the first, it's not the second, it's not the third, and there is a need to address what we're seeing and how we move away from this narrative year after year or week after week or month after month. So I think everyone is in this fight. It's not just a Black fight. It's not just a white fight or Hispanic fight. It's everyone coming to the table saying, we have to be different. We have to do different. Our response was to the violence around the protest, not the peaceful protest. Our response was to the bricks being thrown. Our horse, they hit our horse and broke the horse's nose with a brick. Bricks coming through the windshield.
Did you hear that, Mammy? Did you hear what she's sitting here emphasizing? Do you hear what she wants us to care about? I think you may have missed it, family. Listen again.
Our horse.
These mammies, boy, these black mammies, Abilene them, they something else. Listen to what she's concerned about. Don't forget, before I hit play again, this is in the wake of the Holy Uprising, where Black folk took to the street to resist white supremacy, to resist murder, to resist oppression. It was a response to Black death. Somebody talk Black to me. And your Black female police chief, this is what her concern is right here.
They hit our horse and broke the horse's nose with a brick. Bricks coming through the windshield, setting police vehicles on fire. Peaceful protesters were at risk as well. And so I
need a horse. Can somebody please? Thank y'all. Y'all already know what I'm doing. Put some horses in the chat.
Peaceful protest. Our response was to the bricks being thrown. Our horse, they hit our horse and broke the horse's nose with a brick. Bricks coming through the windshield.
Oh, it hit the little horsey. The little horsey's nose. The little horsey's nose got hit. Black folk got hit with bullets and died. But Lil Miss Renee, this theatrical mammy Renee, her first words of concern during this interview is the little horse's nose got broke. Black families were broken apart. Black lives, hearts were exploding. Okay? And she's sitting here wanting us to cry a river about a little horsey. Somebody say a little horsey. I hear from you all the time telling me that your babies and that your children and your grandbabies and stuff, y'all got them watching the Vicki show. I don't want to traumatize none of the babies, but I don't care about a little horsey. That is treason, family, in the war of white supremacy. The war that we as a people, the war that we're engaged in and that we're fighting in. For a black-faced mammy to go before the world and in public and justify putting down Black resistance and justify it saying that your concern was a horse. See, these are the people from outside and stuff. Like in the Michael Vick situation, how we know that Renee Hall has taken on the nature of the white supremacy, the white supremacists, is because she's more concerned about their animals than they are human beings. White folks will stop the whole wide world over their dogs. Traffic will be stopped. Insurance claims will be filed. Special reservations. All kinds of stuff will stop because of a dog for a white supremacist. And Renee is sitting here talking about a horsey, a little horsey. Renee wants us to be concerned about a horse's nose allegedly getting broke. Do you see how sick, how cynical, and how dangerous this female is? Y'all keep talking about the necessity of us putting black folk in power. What do we need to put somebody like that in power for? We're better off knowing who we dealing with a white face, white supremacist. So that select few of y'all don't become confused. Somebody talk black to me. That makes no sense. And she don't realize just how stupid. She looked like a horse, sitting up there talking about a horse. You look stupid. You look crazy. And it lets you know, dear family, that in the wake of Black Death, they have the nerve to expect us to give 2 cents about a horse's alleged broken nose. Are these the people that we really are trying to come together with? Are these the people that we're saying we're all in this together with? I cannot stand when folks say, just like she said, this is not just a black person's problem. This is white folks. This is Hispanic people. Let me tell you something. In Black family, you need to get this through your thick skull. Whenever you hear folks start to say stuff like, we're all in this together. Whenever you hear folks say stuff like, we all have a responsibility to, you stop them right there. Our near 500 years of service to America means that Black folk don't have to do a darn thing. We are not obligated to do not one more thing. It is not our job to heal. It's not our job to come together with these people. Some of you are confused. It's not our job to explain our oppression to them. That's a trick. You so excited to be around white folk and to explain stuff to them, you jump at the chance of getting your funny looking self on TV to explain to white folks their own madness. You see how stupid you look? When you're getting on television, when you're getting on these different platforms, when you're in these little forums and all of these different circles and stuff, talking to white folk about white supremacy and how we can come together to explain to white people what it's like to be under their foot, you look stupid. That's a finesse. That's a trick. I told you the time has come for Black folks to be quiet. It's time for us to move in silence and let that white supremacist just deal with the silence of it all. And we decide what our strategy is going to be without you opening up and flapping your mouth all the time. You look ridiculous. Breaking down to white people their own madness. That's not our job. Our job is to protect ourselves from your madness. Somebody talk black to me. Watch this. Her funny looking self just saying some of the craziest stuff about a horse.
Shield, setting police vehicles on fire. Peaceful protesters were at risk as well. And so we used the least amount of force.
Yes, Dallas was in the mix of clips on your social media feed that sometimes looked like war zones. Hull says the shields and armored vehicles came out only as a response to protesters turning more violent. I asked her, as a Black woman, if she felt conflicted. How do you reconcile being in a profession often criticized for using excessive force against people of color?
Let me say before you hear her answer, white folks, that's why they put her in the position. They love this. This makes it look like that they're not as savage in their behaviors against us because they now can point to the help. They can say that the help is complicit. They can point to a Black person or a Black man to say, look, they're the head, they're the leaders. We made them the chief. We put them in power so that we can turn around and blame them for it. And you with your unsuspecting, silly, funny looking self, thinking you breaking records and making history, dummy. I'm saying, I'm calling you a dummy in love. I love you, dummy. Dummy, I love you. You dummy, I love you. They look forward to that. Even when it seems like that they're asking you the question in a nice way. Even when it looks like that they're just making inquiry of you to really get what you feel. No. The optics speaks for itself, and the question also speaks for itself. White folk know they in trouble. White folks, that man of sin, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. In the scripture in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3, where it says that man of lawlessness, that time should not come without first the man of lawlessness being revealed. Somebody talk black to me. They know that they're being revealed, but they're trying to muddy the waters to make it look like that they're not the only ones. It's not just them because they're in power. You give them cover. You let them work behind the scenes. And subliminally, when you put your Black face out there and excited, notice when they put somebody like her in power, you're not really in power. You're just a figurehead. You ain't running nothing. Y'all think that she was running something? The lowest level cadet was running more than that little Renee was running. That's why they done run her out of there. Somebody say Converse. God today. Somebody put me some Converse in the chat. I'm picking up Converse. Running. They make it a big deal when they put certain Black folks in power. They put it in the newspapers. They make you do interviews. They do all of that because they don't want anybody to miss the fact that they installed you. So anything that comes after your installation, God, today, is on you. So just like when I read you the first article, and the first thing that article said is that she was in place, what? When violence was on the rise. That's why they put you there, slowness. They're planning stuff. They're doing stuff. And they got you on TV looking stupid, talking about a little horsey. Allegations of a little horse's nose being broke. In the wake of Black death. Little horsey.
Categorize it as being torn because I am Black and I'm blue. And I believe. Whoa.
whoa. How could it get worse than this mammy, chief of police? How could it get worse than her talking about a horse's nose allegedly getting broke? There's no way that the conversation could have devolved from there, right? Wrong. Wait a minute.
That the reason God put me here is because.
As a response to protesters turning more violent, I asked her, as a Black woman, if she felt conflicted. How do you reconcile being in a profession often criticized for using excessive force against people of color?
I wouldn't categorize it as being torn because I am Black and I'm blue. And I believe that the reason God put me here is because you have to be able to resonate and identify with both sides of it in order for you to be able to deal with the problem.
Let me tell you how terrible, how catastrophic this is. Because some of you may say, well, Vicki, I'm in law enforcement. Vicki, my family is in law enforcement. Vicki, this, let me tell you something. Everything has changed today. I'm going to repeat something that I just said. Listen to me carefully. I said right now, we're at an inflection point in this war against white supremacy. And I said, everything has changed. You've got white supremacists that are coming out of the closets and out of their Ku Klux Klan capes and masks. You're not in a position now, Black family, to say, well, my mama and my daddy and them. No, baby, everything has changed. If you're listening to me and you're a police officer, let me tell you something. Everything has changed. That means that even if you're wearing blue, you have a responsibility to take that position and be Black first with that blue on. That means that whatever happens behind the scenes, you better be the whistleblower of it. That means that whatever little tactics that you're learning that these white supremacists do in law enforcement, it's your job to use it for the Black collective. I said everything has changed. They're not your brothers and sisters. I don't give a doggone how many of their kids' graduations you attended, how many birthday parties that you went to their little white supremacist houses and stuff. What's changed? Who is Vicki to say it? I'm the original woman. I said it. I legislated. That's what it is, because I said it. We are being murdered and slaughtered. It is an anti-Black genocide war that's going on, and you have to draw the lines. Right now, if you work in law enforcement, you're in the military, and you're a Black man and a Black woman, you are there behind the scenes on our behalf, undercover, following the rules and regulations. Let me stipulate that, because I know funny looking people are watching me. I told you principalities and powers are my students. Be seated. Surely you guys don't think that when I'm talking about the opposition, I'm not talking about some of you low-level trolls in my chat. Surely you guys know that I am very aware that the powers that shouldn't be are tuned in. And they're trying to pick up on this frequency. But I'm backed by an invisible army, born for this. So I want to be clear. Yes, follow the rules and regulations, but I am telling you right now, you don't get to say that so and so. We've been doing the same beat for the last 20 years. Negro, I said everything's changed. Who said it? Was it a chief? Was it your boss? No, Vicki said it. Who are you to listen to anybody else other than your Black brothers and sisters anyway? Why are you saying this now, Vicki? Why is it so treasonous that this Renee Hall, who just resigned, remember she gonna blame God for the white supremacy. She blamed God. Which God are you talking about? You gotta be talking about that stringy head, blue-eyed, blonde-headed Jesus. Because this ain't got nothing to do with the black revolutionary one. She blamed him. She said the reason he got her there. God today, listen. That's why I deal with religion. That's why I deal with religion, because some of the issues that we have with our people, it's not logical stuff. Y'all out your minds. I got to go spiritual. I got to go metaphysical. I got to go deep on y'all, because the stuff that's wrong with you is happening on the subconscious level. It's happening in the unseen. And I got to draw it out of the darkness. Told you I'm doing the Lord's work. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing, family. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. On the count of 3, everybody hit that thumbs up button, please, so we can draw the folk into the broadcast. Let them know that we're here, because I told you I got to go in a minute. For real, for real. And also, if you're watching us on one of our other platforms, thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure that you like, that you share, and that you follow. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Listen again.
To protesters turning more violent, I asked her, as a black woman, if she felt conflicted. How do you reconcile being in a profession often criticized for using excessive force against people of color?
I wouldn't categorize it as being torn, because I am black and I'm blue. And I believe that the reason God put me here is because you have to be able to resonate and identify with both sides of it in order for you to be able to deal with the problem.
No, we don't, slowness. We already know white supremacists. We've been under their foot for almost 500 years. You're not learning nothing new by becoming a chief of police. Black folk that want a position so bad in white supremacy, they use that as an excuse to sell out and commit high treason. That's an excuse so that they can get them benefits, so they can get that white prestige. Baby, we don't need you to teach us nothing. We know it all after 500 years. Sit your funny looking self down. Stop lying. And by the way, Renee, you told us that God put you there. Why are you leaving now? God today. Renee, come here, Renee. Renee. By the way, me and Renee share the same name. Renee, come here. Middle name. Come here, Renee. Renee, calling Renee. Come here, Renee. Renee, you told us that the Lord, God put you there. Renee, you told us God put you there. God, that reminds me of another mammy. That rhymes with mammy. Would anybody like to guess? Would anybody like to guess that other religious who threw it on Jesus, gave a Bible away, did a Bible study, touched and agreed in prayer? Who am I talking about? Was that other mammy out there? Was that other mammy in Texas too? I'm going to need to be corrected, but for real, I'm asking for real. Does anybody know? Okay, I'm seeing the name Tammy. I'm picking up Tammy. I see the name Tammy in the spirit. What state was Tammy in? Somebody talk black to me. Tammy, what state did they install Mammy Tammy in? What position? Who backed Judge Mammy Tammy before she became a judge? Who was backing her? Who endorsed her? Does anybody know what group endorsed Judge Mammy Tammy? I'm gonna wait. I know I'm talking to intelligent black people. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. My name is Vicki Dillard. I'm here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. We want you to know that we have a store and that you can get all kinds of things like this beautiful queen mug here, as well as t-shirts that say talk black to me, and other apparel at shopfnq.com. Shopfnq.com. Thank you so much, beloved, for tuning in. Let everybody know. Okay, thank you. The police endorsed her. They felt comfortable endorsing her because they knew she believed in their Jesus. They know the limitations of that Jesus. They know that anybody black like that subscribes to such doctrine can be trusted in the inner sanctum of white supremacist systems. I'm preaching good today. They know that you're going to pledge of allegiance with them before you ever become black first. And now you got another mammy. I told you these women are dangerous. Y'all, the bootleg want us to believe that voting and all that is what it's about and getting somebody black in those positions. No, I'm attacking these mindsets of black folk. Whether you call yourself a Democrat or a Republican, whatever the situation is, that's what I'm talking about. It's still a problem.
I think that there are some challenges in law enforcement. We all recognize that. We all recognize that culturally, that law enforcement was oppressive and designed to be oppressive of African Americans. We have evolved, but there's still more evolving to do. As a Black woman, of course, I've experienced it before I was the police.
This gives her perspective and opportunity, she says, a reason she was front of the line with protesters. Even in her city, video surfaced of 2 officers using excessive force. She says they were put on administrative leave immediately.
I do believe that what we have to do is sit down and take a real look at what agencies have done. Because I believe that the conversation is that nothing has been done. But I think that that's unfair in some situations because some cities have been very progressive.
With that in mind, what does Chief Hall think about the movement to defund the police? In some cities, that means moving funds to social services, in others, disbanding entire departments.
To completely defund the police means to deny our residents the right to safety and protection. And that's my thoughts. There is change needed in law enforcement and partnerships built with our communities of color that have been broken over many, many years.
We don't want no partnerships with white supremacy. Vicki, why are you emphasizing this today? Vicki, why are you saying that anybody that's still caping for police and acting like that everything is the same and as if we don't need to draw lines in the sand, why are you doing that? I'll tell you why. I won't even go back to the last. I won't even just deal with the stuff that's been happening, all this breaking news about exposing who these policemen really are and these militia, these Nazis, these neo-Nazis and all these other kind of folks in law in the military and stuff. I want to share some news that broke less than 24 hours ago. Can you read this title? While you're reading the title, family, on the count of 3, hit that thumbs up button, would you? And if you're watching us on one of our other platforms, please like and follow. Thank you so very much. Look at that closer. Do you see that title? 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Do you see that? Less than 24 hours. White supremacy is the most lethal threat to the U.S. DHS draft assessment says. White supremacists will remain the most, quote, persistent and lethal threat in the United States through 2021, according to the Department of Homeland Security draft documents. We are under one of the most openly white supremacist regimes and administrations in recent history. Notice I said open white supremacists. Donald Trump ain't hiding his. He ain't making it, you don't have to dig it out and search it out and do investigations and do FOIA requests and all that to figure out that Donald Trump's administration and he himself is a bona fide, certified white supremacist. This just came out. This is under the Trump administration. Listen, the most recent draft report predicts an, quote, an elevated threat environment at least through next year, concluding that some U.S.-based violent extremists have capitalized on increased social and political tensions in 2020. Although foreign terrorist organizations will continue to call for attacks on the U.S., the report says they, quote, probably will remain constrained in their ability to direct such plots over the next year. The threat assessment, which also warns of continued disinformation efforts by Russia, is especially notable as President Donald Trump has often employed race-baiting tactics in his quest for re-election and frequently downplayed the threat from white supremacists during his term in office. The Trump administration has portrayed Antifa and anarchists as a top threat to the U.S., but the president tweeting this summer that the U.S. will designate Antifa as a terrorist organization. With the president tweeting this summer that the U.S. would designate Antifa as a terrorist organization. The recently released draft reports, which were also made public by Lawfare editor-in-chief Benjamin Witt and first reported by Politico, assess a host of threats, including cyber, foreign influence, and irregular migration. All three drafts, y'all listen to this. Y'all listen to this. For those of you that are confused and want to know why do your sister Vicki always giving you a war briefing? Why is it that I always tell you that we're not in ordinary times? Why is it that I'm always telling you that there is a changing of the gods? The current gods that's in power, meaning when I say God, ones with force and power, that's ruling based on white supremacy, based on lies, based on death and destruction. That world is going out. Why is it that I'm always reminding you and giving you this war briefing and telling you that this is the going on? These are the goings on in America. Listen, all three drafts state that white supremacist extremists are the deadliest threat. We knew the whole time, talking about the likes of the Osama bin Ladens of the world and other boogeymen that white terrorists made up. I'm going to say that again. White terrorists in the form of George Bush, Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney, and some of y'all ain't seeing the finesse. Some of y'all think that George Bush too is brilliant compared to Donald Trump. But don't you understand that Attorney General William Barr, do you know that he was in Bush 1's administration? Did you know that Brett Kavanaugh was in one of the Bush 2's administration? He worked in the legal department and he had everything to do with the cover up of torture. And that Brett Kavanaugh at the time was supposed to be up for another regular federal judgeship, and even the Republicans wouldn't allow him to be a judge. And he had to sit out and wait for years and years. And that behind the scenes, it was George Bush number 2 that was pushing that funny looking Susan Collins to vote for Brett Kavanaugh. I'm wanting to know, why is it that A.G. Barr how is it that he was able to work for a Bush 1's administration and then he turned out to be one of the biggest criminals of all time? What are they covering up? Is Attorney General Barr in place? I've said this many times before. Is Attorney General William Barr in place because he's there to manipulate and mess with paperwork for the Bushes? I don't know. I'm asking a question. Is the reason why Bush 2 worked behind the scenes to make sure that Brett Kavanaugh became the Supreme Court Justice of the United States, to make sure that they could cover for all of the Bush's screw-ups, and if something goes down and if something makes it to the Supreme Court, that they had extra leverage? criminals, and he chose not to do it. Some of y'all ain't paying attention to the finesse because Donald Trump, being a wild, loud, bombastic white supremacist, you're not also paying attention to the more silent ones. What do you mean, Vicki? Dick Cheney? God, I'm giving y'all the scoop. I know that my other students, the principalities and powers, is wanting to know how this little nobody, little girl, know this information, baby. We can bypass information and the spirit will download stuff to us. And we just start asking questions. We ain't saying nothing definitively. We just saying that we asking some questions. So y'all ain't paying attention to the finesse. From Meghan McCain to Donald Rumsfeld's daughter. Who is one of Donald Rumsfeld's daughters right now? Where's she working at? Let the intelligent black people talk black to me. Where my intelligent black people at? Donald Rumsfeld, he has at least 2 daughters, I think. One of them works at a special place. Can anybody tell me the name of one of Donald Rumsfeld's daughters and where she works today? I'll wait. While you're doing that, thumbs up, keep liking and sharing, family. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard and follow me on my Facebook fan page at Vicki Dillard. I'm also on Twitter at Dillard Vicki, last name first on Twitter. I'm waiting for y'all to tell me the name of one of Donald Rumsfeld's daughter and where she works. Not at the White House, Wesley. No, she don't work at the White House. Close enough, but I need the definitive answer and I need a name. Where my intelligent black people at? Not the Pentagon. God, today we in trouble if y'all saying the Pentagon and the White House. Close enough though, but that ain't it. Not the CIA. God, we in trouble. Black family, black family, black family, black family. Somebody else just said Homeland Security. We're in trouble. Let me show you a funny looking picture of her. Let me show you the picture of her. And maybe this will give you an extra clue. Y'all scaring me. Y'all talking about the FBI, the NSA, the DOJ, ABC News. No. Who is this lady right here, family? Who is this lady right here, family? Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. Y'all scaring me. But I'm not. You're not really scaring me. That's the reason why I'm here. That's Liz Cheney. Liz Cheney is not only an American attorney and politician, but she is in the U.S. House of Representatives for the state of Wyoming. Liz Cheney, the war criminal's daughter, is in Congress right now. Because I said so. You tell us, because it's time we get on code. Yes, yes, indeed, beloved. Can I help you with it? I'm just asking a few questions. Attorney A.G. Barr worked for Bush 1. Bush 1 was who? Bush 1 used to be the former what? CIA director. Bush 1 used to be Reagan's VP. Bush 1 became president of the United States and had everything to do with the crack cocaine and anti-black war, among other entanglements with foreigners in the Middle East and oil. Somebody talk black to me. Then you've got Brett Kavanaugh, who even other Republicans would not even approve to become a regular judge, that was made to wait for several years. He was under Bush too. The reason why Brett Kavanaugh was not allowed to become a judge at the time, family, because they found that under oath several times he lied about torture and he was a part of the legal team. Are you with me? What is he covering up? Look how they're strategically installing these folks, in my humble opinion, upon belief and information. Liz Cheney is now in Congress. She's making her way, family, to be a part of certain committees. Is she there? I'm just asking some questions. Is she there to cover up for her war criminal daddy? Meghan McCain. She's on The View. Some of you all don't really know her daddy's history. He ain't no, in my opinion, no real war criminal. Not only because of the conflicting stories of him being at Vietnam, but we don't have no love for that war criminal. Because concerning the war against Black people, that supersedes any other war. That's more costly and has shed more blood, and that's still ongoing. Her racist daddy didn't even want Dr. Martin Luther King to have a federal holiday. You better go sit your funny looking self down somewhere. Meghan McCain is the false prophetess. They use her mouth to cover and to give the illusion that these folk are heroes. Have you noticed that even though Donald Trump has totally eviscerated and disrespected her father, she still comes back from time to time to give the benefit of the doubt to Donald Trump? She does that, number one, to make sure that when she's done with The View, she can still secure a job on Fox News so that she can continue to be a false prophetess and use her voice for white supremacy. And she knows that her daddy is a real war criminal. So as long as her big, fat, lame Bryant mouth is out there on the front lines, she can keep these lies going. And you all know I have a particular disgust with her. And I'm pleased to give all of these Karens and Gretchens and Beckys all kinds of work. Because it is also Meghan McCain, even with the death of her father, that repeatedly attacks Minister Farrakhan and lies. You know what you can do for me. I don't give a doggone about you saying your daddy was a war criminal. Y'all better go. Look, y'all got my braids all in my nose, hair, lips, and everything else. Ear and neck. Give a crap about that girl and her daddy. I don't disrespect the dad, but I'm not going to cry no river when she's disrespecting our people, lying on them and covering for her trifling pappy. Her daddy is a bona fide certified war criminal in more ways than one. And when I see these funny looking bootlicks that keep putting his name out there talking about what's his name? He's a forgettable. See, I can't even think his name. McCain. What's his name? John McCain. God, today I can't even remember today. The forgettables. That's why I can't remember it. The forgettable. When I see one of them silly looking Congressional Black Caucus members keep invoking his name, John McCain, as a war criminal. No, baby. Jacob Blake is a war veteran that was almost is a war veteran. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Black family, you keep the main thing. And we fought in those wars. John McCain's daddy was a high-level politician, military official. John McCain was crashing planes. Did y'all know that? John McCain was a problematic soldier. Y'all didn't know that? Did you guys know that when John McCain became a senator, that John McCain's biggest opposition came from other veterans who said that they believed that he was the biggest obstacle to them getting more information about what really went down in Vietnam? Don't you know that that's one of the reasons why John McCain, in my opinion, became a senator in the first place, so that they could control the information, so that they can control laws? Y'all better pay attention. What the hell is Liz Cheney in Congress right now with our war criminal daddy? Y'all are wondering why the Republicans are quiet while Donald Trump runs amok? Let me put you on game. Y'all are wondering why all of these Republicans are so quiet. Former governmental officials, why are they so quiet while Donald Trump is buck wild? Because they know that they've got unclean hands. And they know that they are using this wild-eyed devil so that they can get their Bill Barrs in place, get their Liz Cheney's in place, get their Brett Kavanaugh's. Y'all, I just weaved. I wasn't even supposed to even talk about none of this at all. Y'all better pay attention to the finesse. And Liz Cheney is sitting up there making her way on some of these powerful committees. Why? So that she can start controlling stuff. What is Bill Barr doing? Why isn't it that the other high-level Republicans aren't saying anything? The few Republicans that you see coming out denouncing Donald Trump, they're the safe Republicans that can come out and denounce Donald Trump. Those are the ones that can say something because the government doesn't have any inside information on them. Shout out to you, Clifton, for your give. Clifton says, you give life and knowledge, Sister Vicki. Thank you. You're welcome, beloved. It's my privilege. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. You guys, this is the reason they're so quiet. And they're using Donald Trump as a cover. And they letting him get away with literally murdering people. First and foremost, Black folks, because I was covering Donald Trump early on to let you guys know when he first came in to start to militarize the police. He didn't just say it in rhetoric. He actually did it. You all didn't know that they had all these links. You didn't know all these different folks were sitting there in place. They're all on code in one way or another. And Donald Trump is just that little shiny, glittery thing that's got your attention. The same way my shirt is glittery. That's what Donald Trump is, to keep your attention on the glittery thing. So that Liz Cheney, Brett Kavanaugh, Meghan McCain as the public face and voice that helps to shape the narrative. A.G. Barr and some of the other ones that knows about the dirt, that knows about high-level classified information. They're all in this together. What are they all in together? White supremacy. So I don't want to hear another Negro talk about establishment. And what's the other word I told y'all the other day that get on my nerves when I hear them talk about that? What I say, that other phrase is, some of you funny looking Negroes be out there talking, what's the word? About invisible powers and stuff. What did I tell y'all? Not colonizers. I always forget it. What is it? It's not the establishment, not the establishment. Deep state. If I see one of y'all Negroes talk about the deep state as if you got something to do with that and you down, shut up. For us, the Illuminati, the deep state, and the establishment, for us, all that's white supremacy. All of those are fancy labels to let the white supremacy get away with it. Fool, you being murdered, dummy. Your property, possessions, and power is all being stolen from you, and you want to sit here and talk about some deep... Fool, you the deep state. Deuce. All you know is white supremacy. You ain't got nothing in common with them. The truths of some of that stuff that they say. You know the government is shady. You know that they're invisible powers that's controlling something. At the end of the day, you all know it's white people. That's white supremacy. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Sit your black self down and come join us and shut up. The establishment. Shut up. Deep state. Shut up. Nick. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You the thing. You the tool. You don't live. See, tools build stuff. So with a tool, you use tools to build a house. You live in the house. The tool is cast away and tucked away after it accomplishes the goal. That's you. Know that in everything Negro, you the tool. Slow looking self. Deep state. These capitalists, these socialists, shut up. All of them systems don't give a doggone. These are funky names they talk about to throw black folk off. You got religious white supremacists that uses their religions. You got white supremacists that are in Christianity. You got white supremacists that are Jews. You got white supremacists that are Christians, Jews. What's that other Judeo? I'm missing one. Muslim, Islam. How can I miss that? God today. And they want you to call them by the labels so that they can get away with murder and oppression. So they come up with other labels talking about you anti this and anti that. No, Negro, the only issue that exists is anti-black racism. Put it in the chat. The only anti-thing that's for real, the dominant, predominant, 500 seemingly everlasting issue is anti-black racism. You don't look smart, fool, talking about a deep state. That's why we talk about being black first as a priority. Slowness. Man, do you know that the government, did you know that the government behind the scenes, the government is doing this? Fool, can I tell you what the government is doing to you, dummy? It's called COINTELPRO slowness. It's your government using its greatest investigatory agency to kill, murder, assassinate, disrupt, and destroy black people and organizations. It's called BIE, Black Identity Extremists. That little secret document that was just released and leaked in August of 2017, that piece of paper went out to almost 20,000, just under that, because it's about 18,000 or so law enforcement official ones. That document made its way to all of the law enforcement agencies in the United States. Fool, that's the deep state slowness. When you talk about the vaccines, who are the main target of the vaccines? The poison. Who's the target? Miseducation. Who's the target? Disenfranchisement. You sit here and want to tell us what the government is doing. Fool, we know what the government is doing, dummy. Vicki gives you that information all the time where I'm showing you high-level entities in the White House using the CIA and using other nations like Iran, like Nicaragua, like Israel. I give you that 411 slowness. They using other nations against black folks slowness. You telling a deep state, shut up. And the ones that's talking that mess, they're the same ones that's attacking masculine black men and powerful black women that's trying to liberate your funny looking self. Somebody talk black to me. I done busted it. That's all it is. But you're talking about the government. What are you talking about? I broke down to you how one of the Israeli folk in leadership said that one of the greatest threats to their state is black youth in America. Go to VickiDillard.tv. That's my personal YouTube channel, where I'm going to be giving you more information on that, but I'm telling you about who has been training American soldiers. You talking deep state? What are you talking about slowness? What are you talking about? The most recent information that we have that was not meant for you to know, and that's still heavily redacted. And we're still missing all kinds of documents show that black folk are still the target. Somebody talk black to me. Those of you that say how black folk come up missing and all kinds of stuff, and whose organs are we saying that they're harvesting? Whose organs are compatible with every type of people? That's the slowness. That's the only state that's about deepness. That's the only state about deepness that you ought to be talking about slowness. Black, white supremacy. White folks hate when you do that because you can't latch on to a religious title. You can't latch on to a political title. You can't say, oh, this is capitalism, this is socialism, this is communism. Shut up. Can't you see the finesse? Some of y'all done read your first socialist book. It's a 200-page book. You're so excited that you done read something. You know a little bit about Marxism. Somebody talk back to me. You got some negative information about Venezuela, and for you, that's it. You know about capitalism because you say about how America is capitalist, and America, it has, it's oppressive and it takes advantage of folk. And we know this, honey. All of this is a trick against Black people. That's all we know. Quit trying to make it deep. That's a trick. It's why the war has been going on so long against us, because you keep latching on to titles and tricks. I know y'all mad at me because you've been studying and stuff like that, and you think it's so deep because you want to be deep. You want to get deep with the deep state. You want to be deep with the deep state. Fool, it's white people that's running them government. It's white, sneaky white folks that's doing that. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Help. Abilene. Minnie, if you don't get the making fried chicken and making that chocolate pie, you think that this oppression needs to be so sophisticated. That's the reason why some of you all are not as outraged, and you don't have the sense of urgency concerning Black genocide that's happening in your face, because you studying communism and capitalism and deep stateness. Kim said, I love this queen. I love you back. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. I gotta go. I'm not supposed to be saying none of this. Ain't none of this on no notes for me today. I'm supposed to go this way for y'all. This lily white. My camera, you can't even hardly see. All you see is some black frames around something that's shaped in white at the top with some blue on. These folks are installed. Her daddy was a #1 war criminal. Her daddy was also the one that helped George Bush commit all kinds of mass murder. Her daddy. That's the research your sister be doing. You got to know what's going on in front of you. Somebody talk black to me. And when I give you the deep state knowledge and I show you the conspiracy that's been written by our ancestors in the holy books that your open enemy has tainted, and I'm giving you the real revelation and interpretation, you think that that's just, okay, that sounds spiritual and religious, that's cute and stuff. And I'm showing you the plot and the conspiracy right before your face. You want to talk about deep state, and your brother's head just got blown off, and you just saw a video of your brother by white supremacists, his shirt being pulled, and they shot him in the back. And 4 bullets hit. What's wrong with you? Nothing can be deeper than that. Deep state ain't got nothing deep on blackness. Anti-black racism. Now, I'm excited that you learned who Karl Marx is. I'm glad you know about Goebbels, the propaganda Nazi guy. That's cute. But you need to level up and come to get with your people right now. Let us educate you over here. Let this be your fascination and your obsession and your preoccupation. God, I'm helping you today. I know them kind of people get views, likes and stuff, because y'all be thinking, y'all listen, oh, let me listen to this. Oh my God. Oh, they revealing something. They showing us some stuff. Full anti-black racism. That's it. That's all. And it's white people that's using these labels that's got you down rabbit holes. It's your confused, preoccupied, distracted, low information self. And I love you. And that's why I'm here to bust them up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Somebody please go run tell Renee Hall we don't have time for her to have dual allegiances. Why? Because I just read you a report that just came out a few hours ago, where under racist white supremacist Donald Trump administration officials are acknowledging that white supremacy is the #1 threat, which we knew. So you Negroes that don't like to talk about white supremacy, you Negroes, every time you turn into the Vicki show or something like that, you want to know why she talking about that fool? Because we still at war. That's what soldiers do. Slowness. Only thing a general does is talk about war and give you strategy so that you can win the war and overcome it. And at the same time, I'm being empowering because I'm telling you who you are. I'm letting you know that this is your planet. I'm giving you information of who you are and what you did and your potential of what you can do tomorrow. I'm giving you actionable information when we tell you to start your own business. Go to flynubianbusiness.com. Learn about your money, flynubianmoney.com. Unifying with other Black folks. Slowness, I'm giving you actual solutions, and I'm giving you the lowdown. See, this is the deepest thing you ever heard before. Quit being obsessed with what white folk tell you you should be obsessed with. See, that's another thing that you all, the same issue that I called out Nick Cannon on. You guys are so drunk off of alleged scholarship. White folk tell you the issue of the day is deep state. You ain't fascinated with white supremacy no more. It ain't sexy enough. All of you soldiers, all of you law enforcement agents, your allegiance is Black first. Miss Renee Hall, you told us that Jesus, the Lord Jesus, the Lord Caucasian Jesus told you that you need to have this position and be in it so you can know both sides. The Lord put you there. How is it that you resigning? The Lord told you to do it so fast? Because you just said it the other day and already you resigned. Renee, whatever knowledge and information that you've learned behind the scenes, you have a duty and an obligation to use it for your people. Some of you disaffected Negroes who knew what some of y'all was getting into in the first place, you didn't care nothing about no white supremacy attacks on Black folks. So now that the blue done turned on your Black self, you want us to be concerned about white supremacy because you having internal issues with white supremacists. Now white supremacy exists among cops. You have a duty and an obligation to use that information on behalf of your people. I'm not telling you to break no rules and regulations. You better understand that all the revolution ain't gonna be televised. Some of it, not all of it, baby. Vicki is endorsing following rules and regulations. Vicki is telling you you have a duty to your people first. Do you know that this is one of the reasons why the Honorable Elijah Muhammad last century forbade members of the Nation of Islam to be a part of the military, the U.S. military? They were pleased to enlist them in what's called the FOI, Fruit of Islam. Why? Because what the hell? Your chocolate Black melanin self look like signing up for your slave master when there's a war at home, and that's a military you can join. What you look like. I'm going to put it all on the line. And even in your barracks, they were segregating you. And they let Nazis eat in the mess house with you while you looking through the window. And they had Black female officers who enlisted serve and heal Nazis. It's another army you can enlist in. But it's not as sexy when you don't die for white folk, fool. Got too much going on at home, dummy. I love you, dummy. I love you. Ooh, I love you. Ooh, I love you. That's why I'm telling you this. Natalie said, you amazing. You amazing right back. I missed the other gifts and the other comments. I bless your gifts 1,000-fold, family. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. I want you all to understand the trickery that's going on, the illusion. I'm trying to pull you out this matrix. Talk about the Illuminati. Sit down. Illuminati is white folks plotting against your black tail. That's what the Illuminati, that's what that is. And besides, Illuminati means it's about illumination, the enlightened ones. We were the originals in the first place. And of course, they do everything that they do. They take what's righteous and they turn around and use the title for something nefarious. That's why the Council of the Black Gods is the supreme council. Because it's the original mind and the original man and woman. And when Black folks start to activate the big Black brain, the whole universe conspires to assist us. And this open enemy of ours has to be evicted off of whose planet? When they kill, steal, and destroy, I said, who's got to go? There ain't nothing more sexy than Black folks getting together and thinking and strategizing. Nothing more profound. White folk know ain't nothing more profound. That's why they make their whole whole living off of all your genius, all of your creativity. You the only one that's throwing it away, ain't playing with it, ain't using it, exercising it. And they're capitalizing off of it. And have you thinking it ain't nothing or powerful. I'm here to set things in order. I'm here to let you know the reason I end my show and tell you I bow to you. The reason I tell you on a regular basis that black men and black women, you are the most important people. It doesn't mean that Hispanic folk, brown folk, yellow folk, red folk, white folk aren't nobody. That's not what the point is. I'm saying that there's an order to things. And no house can be built and last without the foundation. And we are that foundation. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying to all of my Hispanic brothers and sisters, by the way, most of y'all have black origins anyway, but you choose to separate yourself, not Vicki. Ain't nobody dissing you. You diss us. You identify yourselves as white Hispanics, and then you come here. Did y'all see I saw a report the other day that said in Cuba, not in Cuba, that in Florida, do y'all know it's a whole bunch of Cubans that's talking about voting for Trump. And before Trump, there was a lot of them heavily leaned toward Republicans anyway. Cuban. What I'm trying to say is y'all made those. You're the ones that separated yourself and identifying yourself with our open enemies. You're going to come to this country, talk about how terrible your country is, where you got from. You get the right to vote. And some of the ones that's in Cuba that have Cuban blood or come from Cuba, they're justifying some of their votes for Donald Trump because they talk about that the other side is talking about communism. They're scared about communism and socialism. And when they said, quote unquote, when the left talks about socialism and communism, they start to think about the communism that's happening in Cuba and stuff. And they don't want to have nothing to do with that. Let me tell your funny looking hypocritical self something. We built this. And we're still fighting this open enemy. And you got the nerve to come over here and collaborate with our open enemy. Talking about you fled your country from oppression. While we're still being oppressed and you're quite all right, you're our enemy too. I'm your mama. You Hispanic folk, you know you got deep black blood. You're the ones that separate yourself from us. And then get mad when we call your funny looking self out about it. You immigrants, you make it make sense to come to our country. Talk about you looking for the American dream. Your country is all in shambles. You can't even make your country work. You come over here, get the right to vote, and then vote against our open enemy. Make it make sense. Do it. Could you do it? Could you make it make sense? You finna experience the American dream off of our American nightmare? And talk about you don't want to support people that's talking about communism and stuff because you fled the country while we still fleeing in America. Sit your funny looking self down before all y'all get coronavirus and the fires come hit you. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing I'm supposed to be talking about today. Every bit of what I'm saying right now, somebody's supposed to hear this. I gotta go. Don't forget my mastermind. My mastermind is 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. Clubvicki.com. You can still join for $1 for the first 30 days. It's worth it only for you who are looking to connect with this exclusive VIP group where I'm answering questions. And if you're looking for a life of more purpose and power, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Let me tell you something. I'm not playing with them. As your mother, Hispanic people, the $5 Indians, that's not a disrespectful name. That's a literal, that's a reference to the lighter skinned natives, which which is really white folks that stole from the original people. And by the way, the folks that's Aboriginal, even to this side of America, you know they were black folks. Y'all know they did, right? And they become lighter and lighter and lighter over time because of coupling with other people in other groups, mating with other groups. Make it make sense. I'm saying to you guys, stop being collaborators with white supremacy. That's what I'm telling you. Don't all y'all love to say this is another thing to get on my nerve. Race is a man-made thing. Race never existed before. So and so. This white man is the one that came up with these labels and these titles and boo, boo, boo. Let me tell you something. Slowness. I don't have time to play these semantic games with you, fool. Who's the target today? Whatever label you want to use, who is the target of oppression? No, we know full well initially this was our planet. So no, we as a people, we never made such distinctions. For the same way we never broke up what's known as Africa. White folk came over there and gerrymandered it like they do today. That's when they manipulate the maps. White folk did all that. But what we're dealing with now is my point. The state and condition of what we're dealing with now. When I'm talking about race, I know it didn't originally exist. When I'm dealing with race now, it's a distinction. It's a term that we use to identify sides in this white supremacist war now. No, it didn't exist then. It does now. Quit trying to act like you did because you done read another book. I know about the book. The book don't matter. I'm your mama. There is no wisdom that's greater than this coming from what we tell you. And we're not going to let you be drunk and confused off of nobody that claims they've matriculated from a white university to pimp your mind and use 26 and 27, 28, 30, 50, let alone words to confuse you. I'm going to keep the main thing the main thing. That's why your scholars get mad at your sister. That's why you got your doctors that block me. Because all of that they don't throw me. Not throw me, throw me. I told you I know stuff I don't even know. God, today. I said I don't know stuff that I know stuff that I don't even know. What does that mean, Vicki? That means I just show up somewhere because when you're divinely aligned, if the spirit needs to release something, they'll let me know something on a need to know basis. God, today, talk black to me. Watch the whole show if you came in at the last minute. Watch it again and again. Be sure to like and share. I gotta go, family. There was so much more I want to say. This done totally deviated from the topic of Renee Hall, the latest Mammy Tammy. Last thing I'm gonna say about her for real, and I gotta go for real. Y'all gotta help me get out of here. So I gotta get prepped for my mastermind. Let me help you today. 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 Why am I talking about Renee Hall and once again, the League of Mammies, LOM, L-O-M. I talked about Tarana Burke one time. Of course, Kamala Harris. Of course, Oprah and Gail, also known as Okra and Gail. I talked about Susan Rice. I talked about Michelle Obama. Keisha Lance Bottoms, so many others, Letitia James out there in New York, obviously Kamala and other mammies. Chief of Police, Dallas Chief of Police, Renee Hall. Was indeed a tool, because I don't hold, especially Black folks, I don't hold your past and stuff like that against you. We all make mistakes. So I don't want you to misunderstand why I'm sharing this information with you. I'm sharing this information, this bit about this woman's past with you to let you know why the white supremacists backed her in the first place. I'm going to give you this little tidbit of information about Renee Hall because I want to let you know that the white supremacists didn't care nothing about this because they knew she was a means to an end for them. And she's resigning, even though she said, Jesus, the Lord told her, the Lord put her here for that. She just told us the Lord had it. Now the Lord, she finna go now. You disobeying the Lord, Renee. Renee, you disobeying the Lord. I can see if you was there 10, 15, 20 years and you should have retired for real. You told us this the other day. The Lord got you there for that. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Vicki, why are you sharing this information? Y'all know I love black folk, but you know I don't care about that when you guys go.
Did not try to hide it with.
Y'all know I'm gonna bust you when you start working against black folk. So to the degree that I'm gonna talk about this with Renee, I'm talking about it in relation to how she allowed herself to be used against black people and why she was selected by white folk in the first place. They overlooked all this
And she applied
because she was a tool for them.
for the job here. So why wasn't it brought up to the city council? Rebecca Lopez reports.
I, Elisha Renee Hall.
When it comes to Dallas Police Chief Renee Hall, there is a troubling piece of her past behavior she admitted to during the hiring process. But
it says behavior she admitted to what? During the hiring process.
Information was not disclosed to the mayor, the city council, or the citizens being asked for input.
I think it's fair to say I was concerned when I heard about it. Because I
want you to look at the face of this individual that's talking about he was concerned when he first heard about it. Who is it?
believe it's unacceptable behavior.
City manager T.C. Broadnax told News 8 he knew
that's a white man. In case you may have got confused or the light was off on the camera. Thumbs up.
Prior to hiring Hall that she slapped her then boyfriend during an argument. Hall had voluntarily disclosed the incident during a background report. She was hired anyway.
Didn't hear about this incident till some months later.
This is how it came to light.
That's a white man.
When Hall applied, she was asked in writing if she had ever assaulted anyone. News 8 obtained the document where she answered, "In 2010, my boyfriend and I had an argument about cheating and dishonesty. Out of anger, I slapped him in the face."
What? That's wrong, brothers, when you cheat. But her life wasn't in danger, y'all. She wasn't defending herself against a domestic violence situation. But the white supremacists did not care about black life in that instance. She didn't care nothing about that black woman's domestic life. All they cared about, which is why they overlooked it, which is another reason why they selected her in that position in the first place for their purposes. And she get her funny looking self out there talking about a horse's nose was broke during the insurrection. A little horsey. She worried about a little horsey. Allegedly, a little horsey nose broke. Not the horse was run over as if that would rise to the level of human death. But the little horsey nose was allegedly broken in the wake of black life being taken by her race soldier buddies and friends.
Mayor Wallings has made domestic violence a top priority while in office, which is another reason why we wanted his reaction.
Whether it's a man or whether it's a woman, we shouldn't have double standards on that. I believe that's what we should all be striving towards.
In response to an email from News 8, the city manager told us she made the city, me, aware of an event that occurred almost 8 years ago when she slapped an individual to get away from them following an argument.
You see the finesse? That's a lie. You all didn't see the document here, but the actual document shows where she revealed what she did, and it did not have to do with like this city manager. That's a finesse. Notice that the city manager said what? The city manager said she made the city, me, aware of the event that occurred almost 8 years ago when she slapped an individual to get away from them following an argument. Somebody say that's a lie. Renee told us it had to do with what, family? Did Renee tell us that it had to do with her trying to get away from an individual? See, by the city manager saying that, he's given the impression without actually saying it that she was scared or fearful for her life. She told us. What did she say? What did the mammy say? Come on, y'all, put your hands together. What did she say? What did the mammy say? I feel like I'm in Mississippi. Where my sister at? because we can do this. What we do? What you call it, sis? When you do with the hands? What did she say? What did the man say? Come on, y'all talk about it. Come on. What? See, this is them trying to cover up. You see how the police and law enforcement keep lying? While you slow Negroes talking about let's do an investigation, let's do retraining, let's do escalation training, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Slowness, they know how to do it. She already told us it was about some cheating, allegations. She was doing that. What's that movie Angela Bassett was in? Set the stuff on fire. What is it? Waiting to exhale. She told us it was about waiting to exhale. She already made it clear. This didn't have nothing to do. She didn't say nothing about no scary threats or physical. She knew that she had guns, and she knew she had metal guns, and she had guns, these kind of guns. What did she say? What did the man say? Oh, I need my sister here so we can do this. What did she say? What did the man mean? You see how they lie? So the manager knows he knew exactly what this was about ahead of time. But they overlooked those conflicts with the man. Because if it got to do with your black household, what a white supremacist care about that? You serve a higher purpose, mammy. Abilene, you serve a much higher purpose. You get to work for me, the oppressor. You've been destined by white Jesus to cover for me. God has chosen you. God, the Lord. You, and she told us the Lord chose you, mammy. So, of course, I'm going to forget about your past. And you know, when Renee found out she got the job, you know, she was at church shucking the job and getting a text in the morning talking about how God showed her favor and how favor ain't fair and how the people overlook this and she still got the promotion. Fool, because it's for, they brought you in the system of white supremacy. It's a trick. It's a whale to be used. Somebody told that to me. And because you believed the hype that the Lord called you. And then you had the nerve to tell the people on TV that the Lord got you there for that. You didn't just leave it in the office where the people slicked them to, man, God didn't favor you. That white supremacist probably told her in private during the meeting after they hired her, said, God's got a call on your life. And she done went to the people on TV and told them that out loud, food, the Lord done got me here for this, so I can know both sides blue. Show. The only blue and black folk believe is the blue and black when they defending themselves. The blue and black they create when they're fighting for their life. Y'all know we don't believe in being the aggressors. We do not endorse unnecessary violence. We endorse defending your life, fool. That's just right, godly. That's the only blue and black folk believe in. It's the blue and black that we create when we defending ourselves. I hope you catch that. The spiritual people know what I'm saying. What did she say? What did the man say? She said, the Lord. Them white folks done told her in their closed meeting, look, we're not even going to worry about that. So when it was busted and it was revealed to the public, the city manager done lied after the girl done already told us. They got the sheet where she filled it out. She admitted she put them hands on the man. She put them hands on the man. And she said she didn't say nothing about being physically distressed, nothing. She said it was about cheating. She told us that. We're going to take her word for that. She told us that's what it was about. So the city manager trying to cover for themselves, T.C. Broadneck says, what did T.C. Broadneck say?
Her almost 8 years ago when she slapped an individual to get away from them following an argument.
Lying. She already told us it was about cheating. It was waiting to exhale. It was waiting to exhale, fool. It was waiting to exhale.
Appreciated her honesty and the fact that she voluntarily discloses information. All told us in a phone interview she owned what happened. The mayor also had a conversation with her.
Her sensibility about this and her disappointment in herself in that situation was something that I appreciated in her.
Do you see how the white supremacists will eat you up and spit you out, fool? Haven't I taught y'all enough from the help? Abilene, when you raise their children, when you give it their all, when you serve them for years. You don't come to the conclusion on your own. Abilene didn't come to the conclusion on her own in that movie to get out. She ended up having to be fired. You were forced out, Renee. You were forced out. And whoever's offering you whatever job they're offering you, I bet it's another white person. I bet it's another white supremacist. And I bet behind the scenes, I bet they put you under a lot of pressure and you didn't quit fast enough. And so I bet behind the scenes, they set up the situation where they called in a favor to one of their friends that can give you a little 6-figure salary and told them to offer you a job. And you took it. That's what I believe. I didn't say that's what she said.
Hall was a Detroit police officer at the time. Broadnax told us in that email, police were not involved and there were no criminal charges filed. Broadnax felt it wouldn't impact her ability to be successful in Dallas. Rebecca Lopez, Channel 8 News.
Just wanted to share that little bit of information with y'all. Somebody don't black to me. Love y'all. Gotta go. Gotta do some medical stuff and I gotta get ready for my show. For my mastermind. ClubVicki.com. $1 first 30 days. Love y'all to pieces. Join me tomorrow, same time, same place. I came to you in peace. I leave you in peace. I love you. I bless you. I thank you. I bow to you. This is my bliss, my pleasure to inform, to inspire, and to give power to my people. Love you.